Hey, you want that bass to sound like this or like that? Probably neither one of those. What about this or like this? I'm going to show you how right now. Sometimes as audio engineers, we get into like these situations where we have that bass player that just loves his tone and we hate his tone because it's just muffled. We don't have any substance to it. There's no definition. And we don't want to tell him, man, it sounds terrible, but we do want to make sure that it comes out great in the house. I'm going to show you how to do that. This is a bass that we got from Amazon. I think it's like a 4-string Fender P bass clone or something. And we made it sound, well, this is just what it sounds like. Okay. So we hear that right there, right? Hear that right there, and we have no substance up here. He's doing a slap bass style, right? But we have no crispiness on top. So this is how we're gonna fake it. Let's get him out of the way of the subwoofer, so I mean of the kick drum. So let's go ahead and then just kick it maybe a 60 hertz low cut. And we have that boxy sound right here, huh? Let's see if we can get that out of there. That right there. Don't be afraid of boosting the frequency to find it. Okay, and we have something up here. Let's tighten up this cue, see if we can pull that out. We have some. And then let's get some crispy back into it, huh? Some definition in that high frequency range, that high mids. All right, and let's compress it, see what happens. So because he's doing more of a percussive style, we want the release to be a little faster than normal. And we do have some gain that we added. All right, let's see what before and after. This is before. After. I think that we did a good job. All right, let's go on to the next style here. There we go. Same bass. Sometimes you got some buzzes in there. It's just you got to learn how to get that out. So let's attack that first. So we put a high cut there. You see that? There you go. Put that high cut here about from the 2K on point, right? Okay. Let's do our 60. And then let's go on the hunt for 200 hertz there. And let's see if we can get some definition back. And then on this particular bass, what we want to do is add our combinator and see if we can get some of that, that low frequency. We don't want to take it out with an EQ because other notes or other strings, we need that warmth. So we don't necessarily want to do that, but we want to compress that when it gets above a certain threshold. So let's try to add a combinator and see what happens. So on this combinator, I like to start about negative 20. Let me pull that up for you. There you go. So that's my global threshold. All right, so let's go back and take that off. Still sounds like a bad bass, but we have the definition there a little bit more, and then we also have that low frequency out, that rumble. So we went from this to this. All right, and see what our compressor will do here. So since this is a finger style, we can, compress a little longer, leave them in compression. And we are doing some makeup gain here, about 6 dB. Before, after. Still sounds bad, but it's a little cleaner is what I'm trying to say. Let's go to the next one. The different bass. So that was the same, those two tracks are the same bass. This is a different bass. I think this is a Fender Jazz. And we're gonna do that cut again. So this bass right here, I would just probably do a combinator on it because it doesn't sound bad, but just to tame some of that low end. So let's try that. So we're gonna apply that same combinator here. And then see what happens. That's too much. So it's, I like that. So on this time, I didn't use any EQ. Let's do some compression here. Let's leave them in compression a little longer. And then let's take the let's go before and after. So this is before. This is after. I think that sounds good, but because I hear some of you like, I would really see what EQ wants to, would do on there. All right, let's see if we pull maybe some of this 200 out here again. And then let's try a low shelf just because, just to satisfy your curiosity, huh? So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. So if we take it out, that's fine. And then yes, we do have some of that, that ground, loop in there, that noise. So let's see if we can get some of that out. Now that we did that, I would like to take some of the mids out now, right? Because the real high end disappeared. So let's take some of the mids out here, about 800. I'm not a fan of that sound, so I would suffer a little bit with that noise. It's gonna hide in the mix anyway, so. I think that's okay. Let me know what you think in the comments here. All right, let's go to the next bass. The same bass, different style. All right, so for me, I would still do my low cut there just to, just for grins. But I would definitely do a combinator now that he's on that B string. Very dynamic bass. So let's connect this. Let's try something on this combinator. Let's see here. Yeah, let's do the spectrum balance. Let's turn that on. See if it can make the spectrum even. See what happens. I can't really hear the difference, but what I would like to do is compress some of that high mid right there. And I'm going to show you on this right here kind of what that combinator is doing. Actually, I'm sorry. We're here. I think that's okay. And on this one, as you can see, we didn't do any EQ at all. We just kind of, did that low cut at 60, and that's about it. Let's compress it all together. And we are doing makeup gain again. I know somebody asked about that. And thanks for your response through all these other videos too. All right, so let's do before and after. So this is before. After. Very slight change, but you can already tell that it's gonna sit a little better in the mix, okay? All right, let's go to bass number 3. Not too, let me see. Number 3. Same thing on this bass. I would like to maybe pull out just a little bit of the low mid, but I'm gonna let a combinator do that. Actually, let's just compress it. And and let's leave them in compression just a little longer, see what happens. I actually like that sound. Let's play it again, and we'll see what happens. And we can hunt for that high Z or that. Let's see here. I think that's okay. Let's do some low shelving here, just for grand. You can tell that the more expensive basses actually have a broader frequency spectrum or frequency response. Watch this. Like we're hearing stuff way up here, just as much as up here. Unlike this bass, that's after. Let's do a pre. I mean, it's just in here, none of this. And of course, that's settings as well on the bass. We could dial the tone up a little bit, but that wasn't the point of the video. The point of the video is to make these basses sound a little bit better. Have them sit in the mix a little bit better and not in your subs as much. All right, let's do bass 3. So right off the bat, you can hear the clarity up here and the high mids there and the highs. So on this one, I would just do a little bit of Taylor in the high mids just to, you know. Probably no EQ on the low end, but I would definitely compress it. And because it's already hot, I don't really have to do very much makeup gain to it. That's what it looks like. All right. All right, and then this is 4. So this is the song that we did on that last one. Let's see what's going on with the. This is an expensive bass as well. So he's extending way down here. Not a lot of this over here, but we're gonna try to see if we can make him sit better in the mix. Now, in the track, I didn't do very much, but now that we're just by itself, let's just do a low cut. Okay. Sorry, I just like to listen to him. All right, so let's compress him just a little bit. We can put him in the combinator just to see what we have, but I don't think he really needs it. That's without it. I think I like it without it. Maybe a low shelf here, which is what I think that I did And I think I ended up putting them back, but okay, this is before, after. All right. So what do you think about that? I know it's a short video, different styles, different basses. I tried to do all that I could to make that one bass sound better. And this, again, this is before, and this is after. All right. What do you think about that? Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching this. Hopefully you had a kick out of it. And what one thing I can say is the sound of the bass kind of mimics the, I can almost say the sound of the bass mimics the experience and the technique of the actual bass player. So sometimes you do get, really good bass players and that, it's like, I don't really like your tone, but more than often it's the bad bass players. It's like, man, your tone is not good and your technique's not good. So surprise everybody. On those three basses, that was me. I'm not all that great, but the fourth bass is actually a professional touring bass player, and he's a lot better. But yeah, so that just proves the point that sometimes the technique and the tone of the bass go hand in hand. I just so happen to have a couple of really nice basses and that one bad bass that make me sound worse than I did. But yeah, what do you think? Let me know if this helped or anything. Again, these videos are just to let you see and hear that, hey, you can do some cuts, you can do some sculpturing, and just remember to use your eyes with that RTA and your ears at the same time. I say sometimes you got to see what, or you got to hear with your eyes. All right, thanks so much. Take it easy.